Hi there, adventure fans. Really want to start camping? Not sure if you can afford it? Today we're reviewing Mountain Warehouse's Festival Dome tent for 2 people that is currently $25. Welcome back, adventure fans. As I said, we're reviewing a tent today that was given to us by our lovely friends over at Mountain Warehouse in West Edmonton Mall. $25 can't go wrong. Usually $79, but Mountain Warehouse is really good for always marking their stuff down. They're a UK company, somewhat kind of new to Canada. Go check them out online, or if you're in the Edmonton area, pop on over to West Edmonton Mall and check them out. In the meantime, let's set this thing up. Now I bet you're thinking, this isn't a campground. No, it's my backyard. I'm a big fan of always setting up your tents in your backyard the first time. That way if anything's missing, you have the opportunity. And plus, you know, if the weather gets really bad and you got a leaky tent, you can always go inside. So the tent's set up. This is perfect. So it rained a little bit before I started set up, so the ground was already wet, so I can get a chance to see whether or not the tub's gonna hold up to the water underneath. And it's already starting to rain a little bit right now, so this is gonna be a really good test to see how good this little tent's gonna hold up to just, you know, an average rain. So we went to a movie and it rained while we were at the movie. So I'm interested to see how waterproof this tent actually is. Hi, helpful. Nothing on the inside. You would definitely want to pull out the guy lines, keep the fly off the base of the tent. Even though it's been sitting here, you can see the rain on the outside of the tent. There is nothing on the inside. The tub is still completely dry. Also runs up a decent bit up the sidewall, which is also kind of nice. And it's nice thick tarp-like fabric. Hi. There is an inner mesh door. Powerful door. Door's a little small. There is nice little pockets, your usual warnings, pockets on either side, mesh bit, and then there's the vent in the back. There's a hook at the top if you wanted to hang your headlamp from there as well. The vestibule isn't overly large, so you don't have a whole lot of room for gear. If it's just you in the tent, you can obviously bring it in with you, or if you're front country camping, you could always go put it back in your vehicle. I have the tent set up. Sleeping bag, mat, whole 9 yards. I even have my little lantern hanging from the nice little hook at the top. It's a little tight in here. I would say this is a comfortable 1-man sleeper, but that's typical of almost any 2-man tent or 3-man tent. It's always like one less man than what it states. You can squeeze 2 people in here. I kind of like to leave it at just 1. It's nice and comfy. It's gonna just be me and the girls tonight. I like to test camping out with my dogs before I take them out camping. Navi is a perfect example. She's a very nervous dog, so giving her a chance to acclimate to tent camping and tent sleeping still in the safety of her own yard with the normal smells and sounds really helped. Well, good morning, adventure fans. So we spent the entire night in our new little tent and I'm pretty impressed. I stayed dry, the girls stayed dry. It is a little wet where I let the fly touch the side of the tent. So had I put a little bit more effort in making sure and pulling out the guy lines and making sure that nothing was touching the side of the tent, it would probably be a little bit drier. My shoes were outside the tent, between the fly and the tent, and they are also dry. Yeah, I'll show you a little bit here. You can kind of see up here where it's a little bit wet. And not too bad though. So I'm gonna let this thing dry out. And then we're gonna take her down. One of the things that I did notice is that the fly is kind of designed to tie into the pegs that are on the bottom of the tent. I pegged them a little bit separately to kind of pull the fly up off of the tent itself. One of the things I definitely did notice is that in the back it tended to sag, and that's one of the places that I got a lot of condensation on the tent. Easily rectified by either adding another loop and just pulling it out myself. Or if you're out, you can even just put a stick or something that just pulls it up against and away from the tent there. Inspecting the inside of the fly, you can see that there's actually a nice seam tape running over every one of the seams that helps create that little bit more of that waterproofness. The fiberglass poles are a slightly smaller diameter than what I'm used to. I also found that the pegs were a little bit smaller, just a simple aluminum peg. The tent uses a simple clip style system, which I kind of like. I'm not a big fan of having to run my poles through sleeves. I measured the side of the tent and it did measure out to 7 feet. However, because of the pole design, the walls do slant up rather quickly, and I did find that when I was sleeping I was either rubbing the top or kicking the door with my own feet. It weighed in at about 2.2 kilograms or about 4 pounds 14 ounces, somewhere in there. So if you really needed to, you could probably pack this thing up the side of the mountain no problem. So all in all, I was definitely impressed with my little $25 tent, which is kind of how I feel about most of the things that I get from Mountain Warehouse. Again, if you haven't been, we have a store in West Edmonton Mall for our Edmontonians, or check to see if there's one in your local area. I'm really enjoying their product, I enjoy their prices, and I actually enjoy the quality of what I'm getting. For $25, this was a pretty good little tent. I'm not sure if I personally would pay the full $80 for it, but at sale, I'm definitely happy with what I got. But until next time, go outside, find your adventure.